everybody. I'm Andy,
I'm Matt.
and we're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our top 10 quick pick comics. We're going to be going over 10 comics that we think you cannot miss out on this week. And let me say, this is a big
There's
week.
some really good stuff this week.
Some really
Yeah.
good stuff. Before we get started, just want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give us a like. We bring videos like this to you multiple times a week, so if you are a fan of comics, uh, I think it's your responsibility to uh,
You must do
you
this.
must subscribe. But no, we'll always keep it positive. We'll always have good comic reviews, all that good stuff. But let's get started this week. Speaking of, we've got Superior Spider-Man #1. This is a fantastic first issue that continues from the Superior Spider-Man Returns. You don't have to necessarily have read it. They do catch you up, but if you want the full story, it helps if you read that Returns book. And some of the stuff that got brought up in that, a villain that was unleashed that was created by Doc Ock, but actually blames Spider-Man for her creation, is coming after Spider-Man. Plus, if you're a Spider-Boy fan, there is plenty of Spider-Boy
Oh
in
yeah.
this. Like the main story, the backup story. You want to see way more Spider-Boy? You've got it right here in Superior Spider-Man #1.
Next up is Deadpool 7 Slaughters. This is a one-shot featuring 7 different stories of Deadpool taking out different targets. It's one for every day of the week. So you've got different creative teams in here, including one written and drawn by Rob Liefeld. So that one was really fun. So if you're a big Deadpool fan, you get 7 nice short stories right in here.
Great Greg Capullo cover as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Next up, we have G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue #1. No, it's issue 301. This is the continuing of Larry Hama's long running G.I. Joe Real American Hero story, but it's also kind of a jumping on point. It feels like it throws you right in the middle of an action, like you just turned on an episode of G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
You hadn't watched the previous one, and you are right there in the middle of it. Chris Mooneyham's art is fantastic in this. So if you want all of your characters, it's not tied to the Energon universe, so all your characters are already there, established, and taking on Cobra. So check out G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue 301.
Next is Speed Force #1. This is a brand new book featuring Wallace West and Avery Ho. They are the 2 main speedsters in this book. They're at Star Labs one day, and a bunch of scientists just poof vanish out of thin air. They have to sort of investigate what happens, but it's not going to be long before they run into some other speedsters, and they're going to realize that they're in a little bit over their heads.
Next up, I've got Outsiders #1, new from DC. This is great. So Luke Fox recruits Batwoman, who has been kind of fed up with Batman's Gotham shenanigans going on, to join his team, the Outsiders, who investigate some of the deeper mysteries of the DC universe. And it looks like they're going to be bringing in a lot of really cool old DC lore and all of that in Outsiders #1. Check that one out.
Next from IDW is a new series called The Ministry of Compliance, and this one's really cool. This one's a kind of a mix of sci-fi with conspiracy espionage type stories. There's an alien race called the Devolution, and their whole deal is they sort of take over planets and they assimilate these planets into their own culture. And Earth is their next target. They've been on Earth for nearly 4 decades, and they're about to pull Earth into their society. All of their plans are about to come to fruition until something mysterious happens, and our main character here doesn't really know what. And that's where the mystery comes in: is what is going on, and who are the forces at play behind the curtains.
Hmm. Next up, I've got a spooky one for this holiday season. It's The Deviant. This is the new James Tynion book. And in this, back in 1973, there was a series of murders by what seemed to be a mall Santa. People kind of glommed onto this, started calling him The Deviant, all of that. But now it is modern day, and our main character is writing a comic about this and goes to interview the alleged killer and finds out maybe he has more in common with the killer than he originally thought. Also, it looks like maybe there's a copycat killer nowadays, so a very interesting first issue of The Deviant.
Next is Green Lantern #5. Holy cow, this was really fun. This is probably my favorite of the series so far. Sinestro has taken control of 4 fighter drones from Ferris Air, and he's using them to bomb various cities around the globe to instill fear into everybody because that fear is his deal. But Hal Jordan, he's gonna, he's there to take care of it, but he's only one man against 4 fighter drones. What is he gonna do? He's gonna do something really, really cool. That's what he's gonna do.
And lastly, for me, I've got Star Wars Visions Peach Momoko #1. So they are doing this new series of one shots by different creators in their own style, out of continuity of Star Wars, but still with the Star Wars flavor and characters, that kind of thing. So in this one, it is an all silent issue like Peach Momoko does a lot of the time. Really cool if you like her style, if you're a fan of her miniseries she did or her like Demon Days, that kind of thing.
Oh
You will
yeah.
definitely like this, but with a Star Wars flavor on top.
Last for me is Immortal Thor #4. Taurenos is coming back, and Thor knows that he's going to need help to take on Taurenos. So he pulls some allies together. I won't tell you all of them, but I will tell you that Storm is one of them. And there's a really cool moment in here with Storm that I think a lot of people are going to be talking about.
Very cool. And that is our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. A reminder, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Head over to infinityflux.net where you can order all of these books right now, pre-order books, sign up for subscription, all that fun stuff. And stay tuned for our longer video coming up where we're going over all these books plus many more, all their variants, all that fun stuff coming up very soon. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
See ya.
see ya.